Hello, welcome to Vlogtober Day 2. I thought I would take you through my day today. Just follow along, see what happens. So, are you ready for action, adventure, thrills, spills, edge of your seat, high octane stuff? Nah, me neither. Let's go get a cuppa. Right, I have got my first cuppa of the day. I'm in my Tiri pottery. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I'll put a link to the shop below. Usually the mug that I use for my first cuppa of the day. It's 8:30 in the morning. It is a miserable day out there. It's grey. It's raining cats and dogs. I've got to leave the house today. I'm working outside of the house today. Otherwise I would definitely be having a pyjama day. But them's the breaks, I guess. Time to get cracking with Vlogtober Day 2, and we'll start with a community shout out. So today I'd like to shout out the lovely Angie and Avery, who have the Fools for Fibre podcast, and they also run the Thick Skein Yarn Company, and I'll link their podcast below. They are a swearing friendly podcast, so just be mindful of that if you click on that link to go and have a watch, and perhaps you've got your kids around. They do state that clearly at the start of their episodes. They're a lovely mother and daughter podcast. They share their makes, they share the lovely yarn that they have been dyeing, and they're really fun to watch. So if you fancy checking them out, there'll be a link below, and if you do go and check them out, then just leave them a comment to let them know that I sent you over, and give them a like. And if you like what you see when you visit their channel, then of course subscribe and show them some Yarn and Yarns community love. I also thought today I might answer one of the questions that I was sent. So I'm looking around furtively because somewhere I've got a sheet of questions. Of course I can't find that right now. Bear with me. Susan asked, have you ever dyed your own yarn? And the answer is yes, I have dabbled in that a couple of times. I took a workshop at the Bristol Wool Show, which is no longer in existence, probably about 5-6 years ago. It was definitely before we moved here to Wales. And it was a show that went on for a couple of years and then sort of disappeared. I took a dyeing workshop with the lovely Rosie of Rosie's Moments. If you're in the UK, you might be aware of that yarn dyeing company. I had a few skeins of yarn in that workshop. I dabbled a little bit on my own, but I never really kind of like found the time to do much. I used the yarn. I would show you if I had the skeins of yarn left from that dye day, I would show you, but I've used them up. Maybe I'll try and dig out the projects that I used them in. And then also earlier on this year, I was able to go away for a weekend with some of my lovely yarny fibre friends, including Jenny of Owl About Yarn. I'll link Jenny below as well, and Jenny very kindly, she's a super talented dyer, and she very kindly shared her skills with all of us girls that were on the weekend, and we all got to dye skeins, as many as we liked really, under Jenny's amazing supervision. And I dyed a super bright orange skein of yarn. I should have been a little bit more prepared and grabbed it. Maybe I shall try and insert a bit of video. It's definitely something I could see myself dabbling with in the future. I've actually started saving up a few like natural dye stuffs here and there. I'd definitely like to try a bit of natural dyeing because that's not something that I have done before. The experiments that I've done before have been with acid dyes. But yeah, I feel like it's something that I could really get into, but with running the business, and particularly at the moment kind of learning the new routines and new ways of doing that, along with knitting, spinning, crochet, trying to fit in weaving, I barely have time to do all of those things at the moment. So I feel like if I dove headlong into dyeing, it would just be one more thing that would be competing for my time at the moment, so that'll be something that I'll do a little bit more of in the future. So yeah, I hope that answered the question, Susan. If you do need any further information, clarification, then just let me know. As far as my day goes today, I will be going off to the retail premises. I start there about 11. I do a fairly short day there, a couple of days a week, and I'm glad I made that decision. Given the uncertainty, I wasn't sure how well the retail space would go. It's a smaller premises, it's in a different location, etc, etc. And now we've gone into local lockdown. People can't travel in and out of our county, and yesterday when I was there it was really quiet. I think I only had one customer in the 4 hours that I was there, so I'm glad I made that decision, because I think for the next few weeks it's probably going to be really quiet. I've got a couple of hours before I need to head out there, and I kind of planned it that way so that if I had any website orders to pack up, I'd have time to do that and then drop them off at the post office before I started my shift at the shop. And it gives me time to catch up on a bit of emails, admins, that sort of stuff. I've not got any shop orders to pack up today. There's been nothing on the website, but I did have someone purchase something from the Instagram destash page, so I need to go and grab that in a minute and wrap that up, get that ready to drop into the post office. I'm sat at my laptop. I can see I've got a few emails to answer. I'd also like to try and start regularly popping in on the Ravelry group. Now that we've started our new cows, I'm not always very present over on the Ravelry group, and I'd like to kind of jump in and enjoy the chatter a little bit more, so I'm going to try and make a conscious effort to do that. I've also got a list of things that I need to grab to take to the shop today. I'm trying to keep the stock relatively separate. I've got things in the retail space that I don't have on the website and vice versa, but there are a few things that cross over, and I didn't want to keep the stock like all on the website as one sort of whole, if you like, because my stock is at the shop even when I'm not. So any of the other people that work in the jewellery side of the shop can sell my items if I'm not there. So I didn't want to have stuff on the website that potentially would sell and then I had it at the shop and went to the shop to get it and it had sold at the shop, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to keep things relatively separately. It's a little bit extra work, sort of, because I have to, the things that do cross over, I have to kind of keep the stock relevant on the website, but we'll see how that works out going forward, and I might find more efficient ways to be able to manage that. I need to get on with that, and I'll check in with you later. Just popped up to the Craft Attic to grab something, and I thought I'd quickly show you the skein of yarn that I was just chatting about. This is the yarn that I dyed nice bright orange. We were aiming to do a sort of a gradient, like a dip dye. We did the technique and everything, but this dye just did not want to play ball. So we ended up really with a semi-solid rather than a skein that sort of went from dark to light, but that's absolutely fine. I love this. I still haven't decided what to make with it. Although I've just seen that the lovely Woolly Ellie over on Ravelry has shared a pattern for a little pumpkin ghost, which could be fun to make as part of our Vlogtober cowl. And so I'm thinking maybe might be time to nab a little bit of this, because this seems like the perfect pumpkin-y kind of colour to me. It's 10:15 and I was just about to sit and have a cheeky little knit. I've got to head out in about 15 minutes, and then I noticed that a order had popped through on the website, so I'm going to quickly package that up because I think I can get it on the post office run today if I do that. Thank you so much, Pamela. I know you're usually out there watching. I can't print out your invoice. It's a very weird way to tell you, isn't it, on the vlog. James, the printer's in the office where James is working. He's busy yakking on a meeting, but I figured you wouldn't mind forgoing that for the sake of getting the yarn in your hands, hopefully by tomorrow. So yeah, hope you don't mind. 3 PM. Finished my shift at the shop. You can probably tell it's not nice out here. Time to get home, get warm and dry. It's now almost 5 o'clock and you are getting the glamour shot of me lying in bed on my heat pad. I am still getting to about this point in the day, and I need to take a half-hour break and just lie on my heat pad for a little bit to give my back a rest, which is fine. It's still on the mend, getting better day by day. I finished my work day. I did a little bit of admin when I got home, and so yeah, I'm pretty much caught up with everything that I need to do today. So I'm going to hang out and listen to my current audiobook. I'm listening to The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker, which is another mythology retelling. So I've got a couple of hours of this one left. I am probably going to do one of my Vlogtober videos over the next couple of days, just about my reading plans in October, because I know a lot of you liked my September reading plans video, so I think we'll just pop that up as part of Vlogtober this month. And yeah, the rest of the evening will be spent at my leisure, hopefully. There might be a bubble bath, there will probably be some cooking. I think it's my turn to cook tonight, and definitely be a little bit of knitting and some spinning. So I'm going to sign off from the chatty stuff today, but hopefully there might be a few clips coming up of some of the bits and pieces I get done this evening. Thanks for following along with me through my day. It's not been the most exciting of days, I appreciate, but I hope you found something to enjoy in this video nonetheless. Until we get to spend time together again, I hope you get to do some of the things that you enjoy. Great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now. Making noise. You're going to go on my little reel at the end, behind the scenes of Vlogtober.